Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to your short virtual retreat. We are the founders of OnixBloom. I'm Teresa Sharetta, and I'm here joined with
Diana Garcia.
And I'm Erica Sharetta. We are an integrative retreat company based in the Lake Chapala region of Mexico and Seattle. Currently, we are in 2 countries. Diana and Teresa are in Seattle, and I am here in Mexico in 3 different living rooms.
Thank goodness for technology during this period of time. Our intention for this short online retreat is gratitude and breath, something we've been exploring since last November at our annual Mexico retreat, is the concept that a retreat does not have to mean going somewhere. What if we could create the feelings, thoughts, and practices that we experience when traveling to a physical destination by going within instead? During this time, we are called to do things in a different way. Maybe this is new and even uncomfortable, and we invite you to embrace change with us. Welcome to your retreat.
Yes, this idea of gratitude and breath came to us this past November in our annual retreat. We honor the Day of the Dead, so the Dia de los Muertos. And over there, we came up with a thought that was guiding our retreat, which was as a way to honor the energy of death and dying, we honor our breath and aliveness. So maybe at this time that we're living, we are experiencing in some way this sense of dying or dead of something that needs to happen, needs to die. But at the same time, we're experiencing something emerging from us, something blooming. And that's the core idea for our company, OnixBloom. We honor this duality that things need to be died in order to be born or to be transformed. And that's what we want to embrace with different aspects of our activities online at this time and in Mexico when we can.
All right, I'm going to hide my video so that you can see Teresa and Deanna better, but I'll be doing the retreat with you in the background, and I'll see you at the end to let you know what's coming up next for OnixBloom.
Thank you, Erica.
Thank you, Erica.
Okay, let's begin our practice with breath. This is an opportunity to have that practice of gratitude. It is a gift that we are here, that we are breathing together, that you're giving yourself to have these few minutes to acknowledge and feel your breath and what you might need today with that practice. So I invite you to stack your hands. You can choose to place your hands over your sternum, on your rib cage. This can be done seated as well. You can sit on the couch in a comfortable position. The position is really not what's important here. It's about giving yourself this gift of breathing. So I'm going to choose to place my hands at my sternum. And I want you to conjure up the image of a measuring cup. So as we take our inhale, just start to notice where you naturally fill up to as you hold that image in your mind. So inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And again. Feeling where that natural rise and fall occurs for you. This breath can be silent or audible. And start to get the sense that you can bring that breath all the way up to the very brim, as if the measuring cup is almost overflowing, taking that deeper inhale. Full exhale. Grateful for that spaciousness and activity in our lungs. Notice how your hands are moving, responding to your breath. Now we're going to take that inhale, bringing that all the way back up to the brim. And then on the exhale, we're going to send that 50% out and then all the way out, like you're emptying completely. So taking that full inhale all the way up. And again. There's a little more power to this percussive breath. Breath is movement, and movement is breath. One more, energizing the body. And then taking that connection down to your feet. I'm going to move this back a bit so you can see. There's my feet. So there's an oppositional energy. Our feet are our foundation, our deepest connection to the earth. So feeling that sense of foot centers at the pad of the big toe, right between your fourth and your fifth toe, and then the center of your heel. So there's this rooted, wide foundation at our feet. And then oppositionally, there's this sense of doming up, drawing up through the center of your arch. And feel how there's that lift that naturally happens up through the body. So as you take that inhale all the way up to the top of that measuring cup, let that lift all of your toes up and off of the floor. And then as you exhale, toes spread out, rooting into those foot centers. Like they could get a little bit wider in your footprint. And again, inhale, lifting the toes. And exhale to place. The arch remains domed and drawing up away from the ground. Two more there. Inhale to lift. And exhale to place. And this time taking that percussive breath. So take that inhale. Keep the toes lifted as you exhale. Toes stay active. Rock slightly forward over the ball of the foot. And then slightly back over the heel, rooting down even deeper. And again, inhale forward. That's spreading the wide footprint. And exhale back. Exploring what that shifting in your weight, how does that affect the rest of your structure? Coming back to your sense of center, that even distribution. And place the toes down. Deanna's going to bring us up to the lower half of our body.
Thank you, Teresa. Now think that those roots and that beautiful grounding that we're building up right now starts to grow up to your ankles, to your leg bones, and all the way to your hips. For a moment, imagine you're the trunk of the tree and you have a strong foundation. So almost to the point, let's do this. Kind of like to stand in your power. Just stomp for a moment. Stomp. Stomp. Connecting with earth. Connecting with your power. And if you have neighbors underneath you, well, too bad. They're gonna know your power. Yes. Now moving with a little bit more of fluidity. Move your legs side to side. Press and let go. It's more free. A little bit of like bouncing. Like plants or trees or flowers that are rooted, but at the same time they move, they have flexibility. So your legs need to have both that, the support, but also mobility. All right, and now let's go to the hips with a grounded position of the feet, the legs fully supporting you. And you take a stand, hip width distance apart, not wider. Keep your base. Now bring your palms up. Fingers are wide, and your energy is moving down, but your spine grows tall. You create this oppositional energy. And in the middle, how about if you start moving the hips? Doesn't matter if you are male or female, hips need to be nourished. So maybe put your hands on your hips and swing side to side in any way that feels right, that feels nourishing, and also tilting forward and back, forward and back. The more movement you get into your spine, the better. Yes. And now find neutral. This neutral that we teach in Pilates and also yoga. It gets our torso to be in right alignment. So we're not forward, we're not back, and our body doesn't weigh too much. So stay there in your power and in your center. But the lesson here is that you're not stiff. You still can move and be flexible. Now Teresa is going to guide us into an upper body journey.
So bringing your hands up to your rib cage, you have that connection to the hips now, and let's play with that relationship to the ribs. There's not a lot of distance between the base of your rib cage and the top of your pelvis, so they're always in partnership with one another. So as the hips go one way, let the ribs open and stretch to the other side, and then switch. It's like a typewriter carriage moving side to side. And just noticing if you have any more restriction or limit. That is okay. There is no right way to be during this practice. And then coming back to center. So let the rib cage come forward. We often hear of that, they have to stay closed, but they can expand like a jellyfish. And then as you round the spine, there's that sense of coming together. And again, expanding open, using that breath to facilitate that movement. And exhale. Like you're giving your torso a hug internally. Inhale. And exhale. One more deep breath in. Coming back to your sense of center, of standing in your power on the columns of your legs, on the foundation of the pelvis, and now the foundation of the rib cage. You may have been sitting more these days, on the computer more these days, so we want to make sure we're also remembering to move our extremities, Our hands can do a lot more than just be washed. So let's start to move them in any kind of free way, articulating through your fingers, thinking of the palms really spreading out. They're a web that you're trying to stretch open. Feel that press through the forearm, very underutilized part of the body. And then keeping that very active, open hand, imagine there's a wall in front of you, some kind of obstacle, and you're gonna start to press through that. So pushing that away from your sphere, your energy. And then deep into the elbows, really draw back. Let the chest open, the collarbones open, and then feel that press. The hands are spreading, the forearms are active. And bend, opening through the chest. And then pressing forward. Imagine you have water, your freshly clean hands are ready to go. You're gonna flick that off. Overhead. Staying there, allow the shoulders to glide up. And glide down your back. And again, feel that relationship back to the rib cage. And gliding down. One more big stretch up from the arches of the feet all the way up. And then let the arms unfold back to your sides. Deanna's gonna bring us back to breath, but from a slightly different perspective.
So now that we encourage ourselves to ground, to feel our strength and the mobility of the upper body, the breath, it's super important because sometimes in order to do something and to do it right, we think that we have to put a lot of effort and we stop breathing and we start thinking about it. But what if the most important thing will be breath when you do things? So breath and movement go together very well. So everybody inhale and exhale. With your hands on your rib cage, just notice that your breath is coming right now from your shoulder area. We do this naturally. Sometimes we breathe just from here because we're more in our thinking process. But can we breathe a little deeper, more at the heart level? Take a deep breath and feel that area like a balloon inflating all around 360 degrees around your heart. And now, feel your belly and also your pelvic floor getting full of air. So inhale, get it right here, and exhale. We call this a full breath in yoga. If we breathe just on the top part of our spine or body, it's a little incomplete. We get short breath. If we breathe in a lower area, it's okay, but why not taking the retreat, taking the advantage, right, of fully breathing. So let's do it a couple times and then it will be yours for life. Start from the lower part. Inhale. And exhale, send the air all the way to your pelvic floor. Then inhale a little bit higher to your middle body and the heart. And let go. Inhale towards your shoulder area. And let it go. Now feel the entire body breathing, pulsating. All your cells, your whole being breathing. One more. And feel the support of your whole body, breathing effortlessly, calm, and ready to explore now the neck and head with Teresa.
We're gonna clasp your hands like so. So you're making a little pocket for the back of your head. So placing that pocket right at the base of the skull on your occipital bone. Feet can be hip width apart, so you have that strong foundation through the pelvis, the legs, the feet. And then feel like you're supporting yourself here. So there's a sense of slightly leaning back and letting the head be in your hands. You have your back here. You have everything you need in this moment. So it's a great practice for the nervous system, through stressful times. Trying not to hold tension through the jaw or the throat or the neck, but feeling that support from the whole back line of your body. And then keeping that press in your hands. See if the elbows can go a little bit wider, like they're really drawing apart, pulling to the opposite sides of the room. So you're getting that expansion and even more space through the back of your body to support your head. And then allow your eyes to start to scan the room, and they're going to take you into an easy rotation. Nice and gentle at first, just noticing what you see in your space. No judgment, just noticing and then coming back. Letting your eyes scan the other direction, keeping that press into your hands. And then coming back. And as we continue this movement, allowing that view to go a little bit further. You can even lift the foot slightly to allow for more natural rotation. And coming back, being grateful for the ability to see during this time, to have our eyes open, aware, awake, taking in the space. One more each direction here. Mobility getting a little bit greater each time. And coming back to center, arms can rest by your sides. And even though the hands aren't there, can you still get that sense of the back of your body really supporting you, really having your own back? And then with your nose and that occipital bone where your hands were, you're going to start to make a really easy figure 8, as if it was lying on its side. As smooth as possible, as effortless as you can, just allowing the head and neck to float on top of that foundation that you've just created. That figure 8 can get a little bit larger. And then as you take that figure 8, your ear can start to tip toward your shoulder. Gentle stretch through the neck. And then allowing the head to slowly come back, floating on top of the foundation of the feet, the foundation of the pelvis, the ribs, the shoulder girdle. And then just taking a moment to close your eyes, going inward, and coming back to your breath. Acknowledging any sensation you're feeling in your body. Hopefully there's a little more ease to the lungs, the ribs, at inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, opening your eyes, coming back to your space, but also keeping that presence, that internal strength that you've built over the last few minutes of moving with us. And Deanna can take it away on our next bit of the practice.
So to close our practice, now that we hopefully have achieved that lightness and power that Teresa is guiding us towards, we start feeling the aliveness. We talked about breath and gratitude. So I want to invite you to be alive, to feel the aliveness and the gratitude for your body. Sometimes we focus on external things, but the things that are so close to us we don't see them right through, like our breath and our whole body that is healthy, or whatever, in whatever state it is, we want to honor it, but in a playful way. So I'm going to offer you a practice. I'm going to remove my cushion here. I always ask my students how they feel with their body, and in this case, to which part of your body you are grateful for. And once you acknowledge it, you do a movement for it. It's just a little dance. I'm gonna give an example, and then we're gonna invite Erica to join us, and we're gonna do the movement for you and invite you to do your own at home. And if you want, you can post it on these underneath this video, and that's going to be your little present or little takeaway. So let's do it right now. If I close my eyes, I acknowledge my spine, like it keeps me, or it keeps us, right, in an upright position or in any position. We want to keep it healthy. So I'm gonna dance it right now like a snake. So inviting Erica and Teresa to snake the spine, nourish upper, middle, lower spine in any way. The serpent that we have within. So what part of your body you want to honor today doing this short retreat? Thank you. Now, Erica.
Thank you, Deanna, and thank you, Teresa, so much for this opportunity to move together. And please check out our Instagram at OnixBloom. That's OnixBloom. and on our Facebook page at facebook.com/OnixBloom for our upcoming events. We have some other things in the works that we can't wait to share with you.
Thank you so much for being with us today and for giving yourself the gift, this virtual retreat, the gift of gratitude and breath. We appreciate your time and have a wonderful day.
Yes, thank you very much. And hopefully we will do our retreat in November.
We hope you all get to come to Mexico with us.
Yes.